This year has seen the meteoric rise of the young band Suede. Opening shot followed them from lead singer Brett Anderson's hometown Haywards Heath to a concert in Brighton and eventually to Los Angeles for a glimpse at their first American tour. Back home, a 15-year-old fan, Molly Walker, helped us find out why Suede have been hailed as one of the most exciting new bands in Britain.
I've been to 3 concerts and I love the whole atmosphere. Everything's really good, and I think Matt said once, you feel with Suede like you're part of a community, you know, everyone's there, and then you feel really this is your place for the while, you know, this is brilliant, this is what teenage life is all about, really.
When you can't sit home, he jumped on your boat. Now you're taking your time after time. I would take you home, home. But now he has gone. I would take you home, home. Now your animal's gone. Wow,
Suede is so important to me because what they say is just so me in a way. I just think, yes, that's how I've been feeling, you know, and someone has been through what I've been through.
It's probably the most interesting thing about Haywards Heath, really. It's just the way out of the place, I suppose, really. My best friend at school, we were both punks together, yeah, so we were in the punk gang. And then one day I was walking to school with him and he told me he decided to become a headbanger. And, like, you know, my best friend, we were the only 2 people into punk in the school, and he decided he was going to become a headbanger, and he sold me all his punk records and bought a load of Deep Purple records and a denim jacket and some patchouli oil, and bought a load of studs for his denim jacket from the market, and became this headbanger, and completely kind of disowned anything to do with punk. I was into Crass at the time. I used to have a red skiing jacket, so I didn't dress like a member of Crass. I had a red skiing jacket which I sewed a Nagasaki Nightmare patch onto, which is the name of a Crass song. I don't know really what I look like. I probably look like a twit. Sort of remnant from the late 1970s with a home-done haircut, which most people wear at that time.
Here to see Suede and have a weekend that starts today in Brighton.
A long weekend.
On the sea. Before we go off to Poole and Newport.
Yeah, we come from Haywards Heath. We think you're brilliant.
Oh, I'll send you a fancy. Do you remember?
When I speak to the fans, I do feel as though they understand what I'm talking about. Occasionally, you'll meet one who you really think knows what you're talking about, down to the last detail. Because of course people never can quite delve inside your mind and misread things, but occasionally I meet one of them and there'll be a look in their eye which says that they completely understand what you're talking about.
little letter or something.
Okay. Why don't you come back afterwards?
Yeah, where would you be after?
Well, we'll be in the thing, but they'll let you in. They will say.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
I perceive them as being very important in the music business, you know, a very important part of the music business today, because there was such a vast gap in indie music particularly, and I think Suede came along at the right time.
I saw Suede first at the beginning of 1992, and I thought they were exceptional. They weren't headlining or anything, they were just on a bill with other bands, and they stood out, you know, like the proverbial sore thumb. When I decided to put Suede on the cover of Melody Maker and called them the best new band in Britain, I felt very strongly that they would be able to carry it off. I would not have taken that risk, because it could have destroyed a group to do that to them, because all of a sudden you make them victims. Everybody's out after them, trying to disprove what you've said. I felt very strongly that they were the best new band in Britain. I still think that they are.
The reason Suede became so successful so rapidly was because the critics loved them, because they were no different, exactly the same as everything the critics grew up with. They hark back to an era of rock and roll that the critics understand, kind of 1973 down the front of the Hammersmith Odeon, watching David Bowie perform all his latest hits. And the critics went with that because everybody wants to hear the music they first grew up with, so they foisted it upon the rest of us.